Hi again, everyone. So I'm back. It's been a while, I guess. I did have to go on a trip and I got sick after, so I wasn't really in the best place to be recording videos, but I had a burst of inspiration, so I'm back. Let's go and build a boutique, building slash shopping district. And this is me approaching Stinky. He's super cute. I just had to talk to him right before going to the place. And I swear this is not me getting lost again. This is just me having muscle memory. But yeah, this is the area where we're gonna build the shopping district slash boutique slash place where I wanted to build the buildings that I had an idea for. Um, so this is the whole area. I just wanted to show you what we're working with here. Honestly, I had built this area on my island because the way that I built my island is like I mapped out a lot of the areas first. So I had a very general idea of a lot of the builds that I wanted to do, but there were some areas that I wasn't really sure what to build in them. So these were one of the areas. What I did know was I wanted to have like a little mini um uh um waterfall kind of, and I wanted it to have a bridge. So that's exactly what I did. But then when I finished it, I just left it alone for so long because I really had no idea what I wanted to do with it. So I just kind of left it there. And then I just kind of decided, well, maybe even though I do already did already set up my Ables and my Nooks Cranny, I felt like maybe because it is a city, like there would be an area or a ton of other areas where there would be uh like buildings and maybe other boutiques and other shopping districts and stuff like that. So that's why I decided to fill this space up with. And I guess like that's kind of fitting still as well. Because like a lot of the basically like the theming around the buildings is kind of fitting. Um so you're gonna see here that we're gonna build like a mini electronics shop boutique because it really reminds me of like well, at least the city where I'm from is that we have these like little side streets in the city where they're just like a bunch of like electronic shops where they sell like phone cases and like refurbished phones and different gadgets and stuff like that. So I feel like that's one of the buildings that I wanted to build. And of course, like I had like a little flower shop type of building as well, right on the other side, which you're gonna see that I build throughout this video. And then yeah, and then I just kind of actually when I did kind of have the idea for like the buildings that I wanted to uh, design, filling this space, like honestly, it's so easy to just kind of map out the space. Like when you're designing your island and you're gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be a good space and I'm gonna put something really cool in here. And then it's either you forget everything that you wanted to put in there or it's just you just don't think of anything and then you're just kind of left with this big open space. Like for me, this one with like the inclines and everything. So um that was kind of like a challenge of like thinking what would look nice and would actually make sense in a city. So I think that was one of the things that I thought of. So hopefully it goes well, I guess. Yeah, and so here I'm just mapping out the layout of the floor, and I know that for the most part you don't really see the floor because of the amount of wide display stands that I put down as the buildings, but it's still nice. Like you know, in any case that a the floor peeks out a little bit, it would be nice to just kind of already have the flooring put down. But can we just give a shout out to the wide display case, because that is chef's kiss. Like, that is such a perfect, like, this is definitely not an original idea. Like, this is a lot of other ACNH players have used wide display cases as mini buildings before, and I've seen a lot of photos going around, and I think like I've seen a few shorts as well using this the wide display case as the buildings. But like, can I just say, like, the way that it's built and the way that it looks once you put them down is so good. Like, whoever thought of that initially and decided, like, wow, like, actually these really do look like they're buildings. I'm like, man, you're a genius. Like, thank you for sharing that knowledge with us as well. Because I don't know, I'm pretty okay, like, I'm fine as a builder, but like, when it comes to creative decisions like that, like, I would not know how to kind of use different types of the items as something else, like, if that makes any sense. Like, that's just so creative. So over here, actually, at the the back part of the build, it I was kind of deciding if I wanted to put maybe like a place to sit down, or like some just like a free area to walk around in. And I decided that I guess it wouldn't really like fit, and it wouldn't really be walkable, and it would be nice to look at, but like, it wouldn't really be like, you wouldn't be able to utilize it anyway. So what I decided to do was, this is where I put the storefronts and the stalls to kind of mimic like mom and pop um little stalls. So by the front you have like the really established, like, nice looking buildings and these official like shops that are like franchises and stuff, and then by the back, that's where you would have like the mom and pop shops, and the small stores that would sell, you know, knickknacks and maybe offer some drinks and some food and stuff like that. So here on the right, you'll see it's like a little bakery slash knickknack shop, and then on the left is a little shop that sells like coffee and beans and the like. So that's kind of like the idea of what I was trying to go for. In the end, like, you would still kind of, you'd have to scooch over a little bit, but I would say that it's still largely like walkable. And it kind of I also decided not to put anything in the middle, because I didn't really want to block the view of like the the below area, like the lower area of the street. So I just kind of like left it as it was. And if I did kind of put something in there, I think the only thing that I could make sense, like, the only thing that would fit in there is probably like a simple panel, but then like, it wouldn't really make sense to have something in there like a simple panel. So um I wouldn't be able to like design it in a way that looks natural. So I just kind of decided to like leave it as it is. I feel like uh maybe maybe in the future I'd probably try to put some fencing. Maybe I think maybe that's a good idea. Um but that's kind of the idea of the back part of the build. But here, like, you can see that what I did here was, while doing this build, I actually laid out all of the items. Like, I displayed all of the items of the build just so I could estimate like if everything fits and everything looks good together. And then I put them down. Like, I placed the ones with custom designs, I placed them down, and then I dropped like all of the items that I would need in the build, so I wouldn't have to go back and forth in my storage shed, because like, for one, it would make the video like way too long, just kind of scrolling through your inventory. And second, I feel like it gives me a better flow of how I'm building. So Honestly, this whole video of me building, it didn't take long. It took like 40 minutes, I think, but the actual planning of it and placing down stuff and designing and um choosing which ones to put out and which ones to like display and everything took a lot. Like it took several hours, I feel like, just so everything would look cohesive enough. So I feel like that's maybe a good tip for anyone who kind of gets a little frazzled for doing like bigger or more like specific builds like this. It would be a good idea to kind of lay out everything and just take out all of the items that you will need and you will use in the build already. So I feel like, yeah, that's pretty helpful. For me at least, it was definitely helpful. So this part is, like I said, like it's the electronics shop slash gadget accessories and the like stall slash building. Uh, and of course, one of my favorite items in the game, the plane party arch. It's so good. It just looks so nice. And again, the island's color scheme is like pink, purples and pinks and whites. So the fact that it has a white swatch and the lights are pink, I'm like, oh, yes, yes, this is for me, definitely. So on this side, you can see that I'll be picking up like the items that I would need for this side of the build, the right side of the build. So this, if you can sort of guess, is actually I'm trying to build like a little ice cream shop that's parked right next to the electronics shop, because I felt like that's such a, cute idea. Like, you have random stuff like that in the city when you're going around, and when you're in a really busy district, there are like little food trucks and vendors and stuff like that. So I felt like that's such a cute addition to the build. So also, this is where I realized, I was like, I think I'm going to have to move it one more. And I know that this technically doesn't make sense. Like in the real world, having these display cases literally at the edge of the cliff is a disaster. But if you are pure of heart, if you have kindness in your heart, and you have a hope, and friendship, and you have a heart of gold, then the white display case is not gonna fall off the cliff. Only if you're pure of heart, and I am. So it's not gonna fall off. Um, and it's just like, I know that when I show my friends these builds, they're gonna be like, why is this building like at literally at the edge of the cliff? And I'm just like, just breathe in, let the whimsy into your body, let it wash over you, and just let it guide you. Have a little whimsy, have a little just childlike wonder, if you will. It's just, but honestly, it was really just so I could fit all the items that I wanted to place down. So I did have to kind of move everything there on the right side, but luckily I was able to put down all the items that I needed for the ice cream truck. And then on this side is where, on the left side that I'm building now, is where I will be placing the sort of florist flower shop display build. um yeah, so I felt like it's so cute, because honestly, the reason why I decided for it to be like a flower shop type of building is because like I was scrolling through my inventory, and then I saw the carnations item, and I was like, wow, those are actually like so pretty, and it would be a waste to not use this and display it. So I was like, okay, yes, definitely a flower shop. And like right in, I feel like a few steps away from this build is like my greenhouse, which some might say that it's a little redundant, but I would say it totally makes sense. Like there's a greenhouse in the city, and then this is like where they display their flowers and sell them as bouquets and everything. So yeah, kind of worked out. And right next to it, I felt like was like a mini, what do you call those? I guess like you'd call it a food truck, or yeah, I guess you'd call it a food truck. Because we have a lot of those in my city where it's just like food markets and stuff, and they just have like little stalls. Sometimes food trucks that kind of sell coffee and matcha and stuff like that. So I felt like that would make sense to be in the city as well, right next to the um ice cream truck. And then this is the part of the build where I'm trying to play with the perspective a little bit. So this is, I guess, my attempt at trying to mimic like a taller building. So I don't really know at the end of it if I kind of achieve. Well, okay, I'll be honest. I didn't really achieve what I was going for, but I think I gave it a good shot, which is good enough for me. But this is my attempt at like a bigger, like taller, maybe like two-story building that would be uh, uh in the entrance of like this shopping district sort of. So on the left side, I don't know, this is like a really random theme, but like I decided to go with like a candle shop, I guess. Like I mean, um that was just kind of on a whim. I was just like, oh, I have the items for this, so I guess I'll do it. And I mean, a lot of them were like pinks and everything, so they it kind of worked out as well. So on the right side, is I definitely tried to go for something more like miscellaneous type of maybe I was trying to go for um like a thrift shop sort of. So yeah, hopefully that's kind of what it's giving. But if it's not, then I give it a good shot. So these wide display stands, I decided to turn on their back so it would just be showing the white. Because I wanted to give the illusion of the entrance and displaying the simple panels here, showing the windows, I guess. And I don't really know if it's at the end of it, honestly, I wasn't really like satisfied with how it looked, but I think I'm gonna go back and kind of see what it would look like if I turned the display stands around so it would show the glass. But then I already have the simple panels mimicking glass windows, so I don't know. I also decided to change the wood partitions to the pink one, so I don't really know. It's not the same shade of pink as the windows, but um, at least it's not like completely washing out the middle of the building by just being completely white. I just wish like you could like stick stuff on the back of those wide display stands there. Like put up a sign or something like that. But alas, this is not The Sims, so you can't really do that. I don't even know if you can do that in The Sims. I don't know what I'm talking about. But one of the coolest new items from 3.0 update, of course, is the pampas grass, which I really love. And then we're left with an empty space here on the left, so I decided to kind of have like a little seating area, like a really simple one with just like a street light right next to it. And I just felt like it was missing a little bit more greenery, so I just decided to insert a little flower as well. And this is gonna be kind of the end of the build, I think. So I have put down everything that I needed to put down, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking with me for this long. Now let's look at what it looks like coming from the airport, going down here. Of course, when the island is finished, there will be more decorations on the streets, but this is what it looks like at the front. When you enter, you have that little attempt at an illusion of a taller building, but yeah, that's what it looks like. You got your little thrift store there, and then when you enter, the heart of the shopping district is on the left side. You'll have your little cafe food truck and your flower shop over here. You can have a little sit down if you wanted to from walking. You have your ice cream truck on the side and a little designated gadget shop on the right side as well. So feel free to peruse those gadgets if you want to. If you did venture to the back of the district, that's where you'll find hidden gems. I feel like some knickknacks and some cupcakes over here. So some mix, a mix of really cool items that you can buy from that mom and pop shop. And then over here you have some specialty coffee shop that just probably just sells the beans and everything. So yeah, that's the whole build. Thanks guys for sticking around. I really hope you like it. And that concludes the video, I guess. Hopefully I get even more inspirational bursts and I come up with more builds to post. So stick around and stay tuned for that if you want to see more builds from me. I'll see you guys around. Bye bye!